Hello, hello, thriving Thursday to you. Hope you're having a terrific, thriving Thursday. Today, on this Thriving Thursday, I am so excited to have you join us. So, if you can hear me, please you put your name, your where are you in the world, in the US or somewhere around the world. I want to hear from you. Tell me where you are. Promote yourself by putting your name, where you are in the world, and what your business is. I'd love to know. If this is your first time joining our FABpreneurs Thriving Thursday, my name is Evie Diaz, and I am a financial trauma healer, financial empowerment speaker, and author. And today I'm very excited that you have joined us, and I want to get to know you more, and I want to find out how we could support you, how we could encourage you, how we could inspire you so that you can manifest everything you want because you are worthy and deserving of manifesting your intentions. And in today's show, we're going to be talking about how to feel confident that your money intention will manifest. And so, ask me any questions regarding setting intentions and manifesting money right there in the chat wherever you are. And let us know, are you on Facebook? Are you on YouTube? Or where are you tuning in from? Also, let us know, are you watching on online live or are you watching the replay? I want to hear from you. So please make sure you share there in the chat. And by the way, if you're watching at EVDS Speaks on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel, where my intention is to be a little bit more consistent and let you know what days I'm coming live so that you can tune in every week when we are live. And so today I want to go ahead and bring one of my guests. And this guest has become extremely more and more special in our community and to me personally. And let me introduce you to one of our distinguished FABpreneurs member, Mindy Acevedo.
Hi, thank you, Evie. Hello, everyone. So happy and excited to be here.
Oh, I am so happy and excited to be here, having your wonderful energy. I just love your energy, Mindy. You are always smiling and cheerful, and you move your body. You and I we vibe good. And so, Mindy, I'm so grateful that you're here because I want people to know what you do so that they could understand why you're here. So tell people a little bit about who you are and what you do, please.
Okay, sure. Thank you. So I'm Mindy. I have over 25 years of experience in the television production industry. I'm also an actor, and I've worked with celebrities, with network talent, with political figures. I've directed, I've produced national campaigns, and now it's my intention to serve, help, guide women over 50 who want to, I don't know, maybe have a little bit more confidence, shine on stage, maybe, or just in their presentations at work or with their staff. And I do this by using acting tools and techniques. They're very easy to do. You can start implementing them today, but they're powerful and they work.
I love that. And now I know that today you are actually our feature presenter inside of our FABpreneurs community networking and connections event, which, by the way, for those of you who are watching for the very first time, you are welcome to join us for free inside of Facebook. We have a group called the Financially Free FABpreneurs. So you go to facebook.com, groups, Financially Free FABpreneurs. That is FAB, like in fabulous. And you can ask to join us there because if you're a heart centered female entrepreneur who wants to share your message and you have a great message and you're passionate about your purpose and you want to manifest more money, then we definitely want you to be part of our community. So make sure that you head on to the Financially Free Fabpreneurs in Facebook. And once you join, just answer 3 questions. And once you answer those questions, we will let you into the group. And for those of you that want more information about our Fabpreneurs, I'm going to invite you to check out our fabpreneurs.com page. And that page is consistently changing and being updated because we have many different things that come up in our community that we want to make you aware of. So make sure that you go to the link below, Fabpreneurs. And as I mentioned, this is a community exclusively for heart center female entrepreneurs over the age of 40 who have been in business for a few years and who really want to manifest more money and become financially free. So if that is you, then we want to make sure that you join us. Now, as I said, please make sure you go to the chat and say hello, tell us where you are, and ask your questions. Now, today, we want to talk about this issue of confidence. Now, confidence is an issue that impacts every area of our life. Would you agree with that, Mindy?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It can impact conversations with your partner, impact conversations at work, literally everywhere, right? Or anywhere. Because if you're not speaking or expressing yourself confidently, let's say you want something, I don't know, at a sales price, and they're not giving it to you. If they see you timid or, I don't know, oh, okay, all right, thank you. It's not going to come across that you know what you're talking about. You deserve this, and I don't know, you're confident, so it's going to come out so much different.
Yes. And so being not confident, is that because we feel a sense of insecurity, uncertainty, or maybe we're not trusting ourselves?
It can be a little bit of everything, right? I think, like, let's say presentations, right? I come from the corporate world, and let's say you have to do a presentation but you didn't have time to prepare. You're going into the presentation feeling already insecure because you don't know the material, and there's going to be a lot of people that are looking at you and they expect for you to know what you're going to be talking about. So that can be a I don't know, a topic of insecurity. Another topic may be that maybe you're not used to speaking up, so you just passively ask for things and then wait, and maybe a lot of times you don't get what you want because of that, or maybe you just don't have the tools and you don't, you're okay with the status quo. But these techniques and tools can help you anytime in every area of your life.
Absolutely, and I'm so glad that you're going to be you're going to do a Q&A, questions and answer, along with your small presentation. And by the way, for those of you that join us at 4 p.m., make sure you find wherever this video is the link for that, because I want to make sure that you join us and know that we're going to be diving deeper into this topic today about confidence. And so I'm going to go ahead and put in the chat, for those of you that are live now, that link to join us today at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, because we are live streaming from Miami, Florida, so that if you are a heart center female entrepreneur, you can join us. And please confirm that you see somewhere there in the chat that I've just put that. The topic that I wanted to go deeper in this live stream is how to feel confident that your money intention will manifest. And that goes in alignment with this idea that we're going to explore at 4 o'clock inside our FABpreneurs Networking Connections Party. We call it a party because we like to connect in a more fun way. And also because I'm a big believer that our energy, our high vibe energies, really create a different atmosphere for us, which allows us to be more in the flow and more confident. And by the way, going back to that thought that you said about presentations, I remember when I first started in corporate America, when I was in my 20s, my first job was at Aetna Healthcare. And I remember I had to do presentations to present at that point, over 20 years ago, the Medicare program to seniors. And I had to go and book meetings at different restaurants and diners. We have a lot of diners in New Jersey. I'm originally from New Jersey. And I remember I didn't have a lot. Yay, New Jersey. I didn't have a lot of confidence, right? But I had the energy and I had enthusiasm and I had belief in what I was sharing, in what I was giving, and I had belief in myself. And because of that, I was able to really feel more confident about that. And thanks to feeling more confident, that's how I was able to really deliver the message that I was delivering. So I tell you that because sometimes if you have the high vibration, if you are feeling good about what you're sharing, sometimes that could be more than enough to make up for whatever it is that you may not be feeling at the time. Would you agree with that?
I do, Evie, because let's say you don't have all the information or you didn't memorize all the information, but you know the gist of it. You're passionate, like you said, you used to have that passion, that energy for it. Improving, which is one of the things we're going to talk about today, it is going to help you. So you can improv and say, you know what? I don't have anything written, but I'm super passionate about this topic. And today we're going to be talking about blah, 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 like how your insurance can really benefit you and help you today with Aetna. I don't know. And then they're going to feel the energy that you're giving. And you're just going to improv your way out of it by being positive and feeling that confidence that's coming out of you. They're going to take whatever
Absolutely.
you give. So they're going to feel your energy.
Oh my goodness. I absolutely believe that. And I want everybody to remember that because everything is energy. And when we feel that energy, we feel that shift happening, right? And so be mindful of that. What else you can tell us before I go into my topic and what my thoughts are? And by the way, for those of you that are posting, all the posts will be reviewed. And if you're spamming us, because I do see a spammer there, you will
Whoa.
be reported. Okay, so just know that you will be reported as a spammer in wherever you are spamming from. So just be aware and of that. So, what else can you tell us about confidence to get us kind of ready for this conversation?
I think it's just to be gentle with yourself, right? If it's something that you want to boost or really add a little bit more for work or on stage or you're acting, if you're an actor, just be gentle and try different things. Try getting out of your comfort zone little by little. It doesn't have to be all at once. Our comfort zone is so comforting, right? We don't want to move away from that. So it's just maybe starting with one simple step and then going from there.
Absolutely. Yes, that is so important. And so we have to see, and it's okay. We can recognize that there's a little level of discomfort. And the question is, how can we move past the discomfort, right? And, I want to speak now specifically about setting intentions because many people might wonder, well, how can I set an intention if I am not feeling confident, right? So, or if I'm not feeling certain or secure, right? So, what I want to recommend are a couple of things that I wrote down on my phone as I was thinking about this earlier this morning. So, when we're setting an intention, uh, it is, we want to really believe in that intention because we want to feel that level of certainty. And when we don't, then we want to see where that's coming from. So we want to tune into the feeling. I always start, I developed something called the FAB money scripting method of manifesting financial freedom. And the F stands for the feeling and the emotions. And so when we first begin, we want to know first and foremost, what is the feeling? What am I feeling as I'm setting this intention? Whether you're setting it by speaking it out loud as your truth or whether you're writing about it. What is it that I'm intending to do? What is the purpose? What's coming from me? Is it coming from a place of love? Is it coming from a place of peace? Is it coming from a high vibrating emotion? And so once we know that, because there's different emotions, and I don't believe that we can classify emotions necessarily as bad or good. I don't know my thoughts about that may change. I like to classify them as either high vibrating or low vibrating. So we have a lot of low vibrating emotions that if we are living in that type of emotion, and especially when we're writing our intention, if we're in that emotion, then things usually will not turn out good for us. And the emotions that I'm talking about that are more low vibrating that we all have is when we're judging, right? Or when we're playing victim, or when we're accusing other people. That could be from accusing ourselves to accusing our spouse to making accusations, or anytime we're in that victim consciousness, or we are in a place of negativity or even depression or sadness. See, we have all of these, okay? And they're all valid, right? That's why I don't like to call them negative or positive, because we experience all of them. But perhaps at that moment, if we're not feeling in a high vibe vibration, we might not want to set an intention at that point, other than perhaps we can set an intention and continue saying, I want to feel good, I choose to feel good, so that we can reverse the perhaps low vibrations that we're feeling, and so that we can elevate our vibration. Because when we are at that place and we're not in alignment with our higher self, or what we call around here our fabulous financially free future self, then when we're not in alignment with that, we're not in power. We don't feel in spirit or inspiration. We're coming from a different place. And so we all feel this. And so what we want to do is, for those of you that believe in prayer, maybe pray about it, maybe ask someone to work with you, go to your journal and do some stream of consciousness writing, so that you can turn that low calibrating emotion into a high calibrating emotion. And then when you're feeling in a place of love, of openness, of understanding, of acceptance, of allowing, of listening, right? When you're more open, then pick up your journal and begin writing that intention, let's say for the day. So, think about it and plan it for tomorrow morning, even tonight. For tomorrow morning you can plan it. You can begin claiming joy, claiming love, or starting from a place of gratitude. I feel grateful that I have a roof over my head. I feel grateful that I have light, electricity. I feel grateful that I have water. I feel grateful that I have family, loved ones. I feel grateful that I have a phone, that I have internet. So begin with feeling grateful and gratitude. And soon, before you may even realize it, your vibration starts changing, and you start calibrating at a higher vibe, which is what I believe we want to do when we are setting an intention, when we want to be more aware and more conscientious about manifesting something. And the reason why I'm talking about it on a day by day, because especially for us, we are in a group, Mindy and I, that are setting some 90-day intentions. And our biggest intention is to 10x our results in the next 90 days. In other words, our biggest intention is to do more in the next 90 days, now 60, than we've done perhaps all of last year, right? And so that is a big audacious intention, or if you want to call it goal, you can call it a big audacious goal, which we call it sometimes. We call it the bag. And so in order for that bag to fill up with money, that big audacious goal, we want to put in it good intentions, and those good intentions are filled with good high vibrating energy, the energy of love, the energy of love, the energy of compassion, of understanding, of non-judgment, of acceptance, of realizing that we are not victims. When we are vibrating in those kind of energy, then we're more likely to make that our reality every day, and we're more likely to manifest our intention for 90 days. I looked up something by the researchers at the Heart Math Institute have found that the heart generates the most strong electromagnetic field in the human body. which our emotions can influence. So, I encourage you to look at some of the research in terms of how our emotions affect our heart, which may indirectly affect even blood pressure, or even if we have a heart attack, or even some other diseases, because a disease, is the word says, is that you're having some dis-ease somewhere on your body. Research at the Institute shows that feelings of love and compassion can create a synchronized harmony. So we want to be in synchronicity with our fabulous, financially free future self. And the way we do that is by having those high vibe emotions. And by the way, there's also been studies that show that those high vibe emotions not only affect our heart, but also our brain frequency. And so we want to be very aware of the emotions that we have, understanding that all emotions are valid. We experience them all at some time in our lives, instead of classifying it bad or good. Well, I want to, before I go into something else, what are your thoughts about that, Mindy?
Wow, right? That's a lot, and it's deep, and it's so interesting and important. But it's true, and I think like when we're feeling, when we're in those low emotions, because we're human and we all feel them, it's important not to stay there too long. Uh, and that's something that I've been working on, not staying there too long, and just going through it, because you can't go from all the way down to all the way up like that, right? And since we're human, I think it's human and it's natural and normal to work through that, and realize, right, be aware of what you're feeling, and then little by little start to work to bring those emotions up. And yeah, it affects everything in our lives, if we just stay in an emotion day after day after day, and it's not a super positive one, it's going to keep us there.
Absolutely. And actually, I want to just go ahead and say I'm a believer that yes, we can go from here to here fast. And there are processes. And sometimes, it is all whatever we decide to in our minds. Because I know that I have had, I mean, I've suffered from depression, anxiety. I have suffered from almost everything as far as low emotions you can think about. And I know that I have been able to tell myself that I, feel frustrated and stay frustrated the whole day because I decided that. Because I wanted to, whether conscious or subconscious or unconscious, right? Similarly, there have been moments when I can turn that like this, because I choose to, right? I choose to be more powerful. So know that, yes, we can go from feeling a low vibration to a high vibration like this. And it is by choice. And sometimes our body can also help us. So, for example, going into nature or going for a walk if you're feeling a low vibe, or making a phone call to a loved one, or having someone pray over you, right? Or sometimes, believe it or not, eating dark chocolate, right? Because dark
Yes.
chocolate has several things in it, right? That helps our mood. And sometimes it could be going to sleep that helps us. So listen to your body. Your body is telling you something, and ultimately is telling you that this is your body and that you do have domain over it, and you have domain over your mind, your thoughts, and your emotions. And that could be at any moment. Before I came into today's live, I listened to some very low vibration stuff on TV, right? And it did affect me. And I went and I called my prayer partner. And then Mindy and I here, before we started, we set an intention for this. So realize that we are capable of choosing to be more in control of our surroundings and how we allow things to affect us. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I agree. Music is really good too. Music helps me a lot, especially if I'm not feeling well. If I go for a walk and I play my favorite music, is Evie. It's super like this, right?
Yeah.
Music gets me there really quickly. So I think whatever works best for you, that's what you should do. Like if it's going for a walk or listening to music that you really love or calling someone, whatever you need to do to help you.
Now, Mindy, before I conclude, what else do you want to tell the Heart Center female entrepreneurs that are listening this afternoon in preparation for your 4 o'clock presentation and Q&A regarding confidence? What else do you want to leave them with before we leave them today?
I just want to say I am waiting for you at 4. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interactive. It's going to be easy. You can start implementing them today. And I'm looking forward to seeing you and talking to you today at 4.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And the last thing I want to say regarding feeling confident that your intention will manifest. I know a lot of manifesting teachers and mentors like me talk about desire. And, everybody to their own belief and whatever they want. I'm a believer in the work of Dr. Hawkins, MD, PhD. He did research and he calibrated different emotions. So the idea of desire, okay, and it's like a yearning. Let's say like you haven't eaten and you're starving and you're like, I have to eat. And let's say you went into a fast because you were practicing intermittent fasting, but you didn't plan in advance. And all of a sudden, right, and I'm talking from experience, by the way, you are like desiring anything because you're like, after like me, 36 hours of fasting, you're like, I eat anything. And then you put a whole bunch of dark chocolate, which is usually good for me, right? It will make me sick because it has. I wasn't prepared. So, similarly, I'm a believer that when we come from that yearning, it's almost like a desperation. We are too attached. Okay. And I will tell you this from experience, not just from showing you from physically coming from a fast, let's say, as an example that I want to leave in your mind, but also attachment to anything, how it needs to show up, when it needs to show up. Because for me, I'm confessing, and I'm not Catholic, but I'll confess that for 2 years I've been attached to how my book has to come into this world, you know? And I know that attachment because when I wanted to have children, I had this attachment of how I wanted to have children, and I never gave birth to a child, but I was very attached to that idea, and I suffered a lot as a result. And medically, I became ill, and I couldn't have children, and so I've had that same yearning about my book having to be published by a particular publisher. And now I am releasing that attachment. So when we set an intention, we want to be certain and we want to release it. In other words, we don't want to be attached to how, when, by whom, none of that. And the way that we do that is through a practice that we have been doing in the FAB money scripting method and in our 90-day journaling, money manifesting journaling journey, because we are learning to every day write the script of our lives, because indeed we are the authors of our life. And the more that we write, we become aware and we release and we become more open and receptive to how things are going to show up. So much so, for my personal experience during this first month of our 90-day money manifesting journaling journey, that I became open and receptive to listening to different people coming to my life, giving me messages that I could self publish and I could do it in Amazon KDP. And that I don't only have one book, I in fact have three coming up. And I tell you that because very soon I'll be releasing the first of three, which will be the first one on setting intentions. And so if you want to get your hands on this journal, it'll be a soft cover journal that you'll be able to purchase by yourself, with yourself, on Amazon, KDP Amazon, and you'll be able to buy it and you'll be able to receive it at home as a soft cover, and you'll be able to start setting your intentions. And
Yay.
all of this thanks because I was open and receptive to divine guidance coming through different sources, and I released my attachment that it had to come through a particular publisher. So I invite you today to join us today at 4 p.m. ET, which is in just a few hours, and come and learn how you can feel more confident. And also, let's explore the intentions that you have for February as we're nearing the month of February. And also for all my fabulous fabpreneurs watching from our financially free FABpreneurs Facebook group. Today, we will announce the winner of our engagement contest. And for those of you that are new, join our financially free FABpreneurs, engage inside of our Facebook group for your opportunity to win one of our fabulous prizes. And today, you have to be inside of our group at 4 p.m. in order to receive your gift. So if you're watching from our FABpreneurs Facebook group, make sure you join us at 4 p.m. to find out if you are the winner of our January engagement contest. For now, I am Evie Diaz, financial trauma healer, here with Mindy Acevedo, who will join us today at 4. I want to say thank you, Mindy, for joining us. Thank you, those of you that are watching live or on the replay. And remember, you can manifest your intentions. Just make sure that you set your intention coming from that feeling of confidence and certainty. I thank you for watching. I am Evie Diaz, financial trauma healer, financial empowerment speaker, and author. And for now, I'll see you at 4 o'clock, and bye. Bye.